All right, welcome to the 2011 National Train Show. We're here with Doug Blaine, Vice President of Marketing for Bachmann. And Bachmann has a ton of new releases, Doug, and let's start with a whole new N-scale lineup, some new N-scale products. So first of all, we've got the decorated RS3.
We're happy to share all these new products with you at the NMRA show with Verizon. And thanks for visiting us at Bachmann and our booth. This is the RS3, as you mentioned. This is brand new to the line, and it is available as a DCC equipped model. Everything we show you here will be available before the end of 2011, and it's just a gorgeously detailed model. We have 4 to 5 road names available, and the N-scale lineup that we're bringing or showing out, we have a little bit more in N-scale than we usually do, so let's keep it going and show you some of our rolling stock.
So Doug, next thing we've got, there's a 40-foot boxcar, there's a new single dome tank car, and a new Northeastern caboose.
And yes, the single dome tank car is a 10,000 gallon version, 40-foot boxcar as you mentioned, and the caboose, all of these are mentioned in 4 or 5 road names, and this is all brand new tooling. And a great feature of these is that they also contain our EasyMate Mark II couplers with metal coil springs. Oh, so they're operating magnetic knuckle couplers.
That's a good addition. So, you know, one of the things that I think of from a time back was the Doodlebug, and I know that Bachmann's bringing back the Doodlebug, adding a coach to it, and made a pretty big change for modelers of today.
Right, this is a DCC equipped Doodlebug locomotive, and the trailing coach has constant LED lighting, and these are available only as a pair. So we're happy to bring the Doodlebug back into the line with some upgraded features. As I said, DCC equipped, and we've gotten a lot of good response on bringing this back into the line, as I said.
All right. Well, Doug, you know, one of the things I'm pretty excited about, you guys have got a couple of new tools, and one of the first ones we're going to talk about is the HO 260. And one thing about the 260 that folks are going to see here as we put it in your hand is the size. So tell us just a little bit about the 260 and what it's going to do.
Right. This ALCo model is a more modern locomotive, and it's great for people who are working on a 4x8 layout. You can get a really nice effect with the locomotive, and it doesn't take up that much room, so it's perfect for the smaller layouts. And it's the first time that I'm aware of that a more modern 260 is available in the market.
One thing too, Doug, as you look at it, is price point. This one is going to come in at where at again?
Right, we have actually 2 different versions. We have a sound-equipped version that will come in under $200, and then we have a DCC-ready version for obviously less than that.
So really that's an outstanding value for a sound-equipped locomotive, and as you're holding it in your hand, some of the things that I notice are a lot of separately applied detail parts. You look at some of the wire form grabs, so even though it's a relatively inexpensive steam locomotive with sound, you're getting a ton of details and good value.
Absolutely, and it is a new effort for us to have the affordable sound in the standard line. Usually sound was only available in the Spectrum line, so now we're bringing some affordable sound in the standard line. So we hope people will appreciate that on their layouts.
So now let's go from a small locomotive to a really big locomotive. This one is pretty exciting. This is a B&O EM-1 monster steam locomotive, which we're actually going to do a demo of here in a little bit so folks can hear some of the special things about it. But Doug, tell us a little bit about this big articulated locomotive.
As you said, it is a monster. It's a great locomotive. And this is in the Spectrum line. And there's all kinds of great detail on there for you that you would expect in the Spectrum product line. And also in a little bit of a departure in the way we handle sound. Usually we would have a sound and non-sound versions in the Spectrum line. But for this one, every locomotive will be DCC equipped for speed, direction, and lighting. And then we're offering a separate 16-bit Tsunami sound chip that you can install yourself for sound. And that's a full-featured sound chip.
Now, Doug, that'll be available directly from Bachmann, correct?
Directly from Bachmann, yes indeed.
Okay.
So again, DCC equipped with speed, direction, and lighting, and if you want sound, we have the 16-bit Tsunami sound for installation later.
You know, one of the things that Bachmann's really known for is value, and Bachmann's made a real commitment for folks who are who are on a budget but really want a well-detailed locomotive and great features, and you're going to continue to expand that with a couple of new locomotives in HO, the first being the S4 and then the FA2 FB2. So if you'll show us a little bit here.
Surely.
I'm holding the S4 switcher.
And this is also available in both affordable sound and DCC ready versions. And this also has an accompanying B unit. So, this is all new tooling in the standard line, and it's a great value. Again, the sound equipped versions will all be under $200.
So one thing I noticed as I'm looking too, I see some fine scale handrails. The switcher actually has a full cab interior. Things like coupler cut bars. I noticed some separate grab irons on the FA2, FB2. So even though it's a value price locomotive, there's no shortness of great detail.
You're absolutely correct.
I
think they'll be appreciated by the modelers.
The next thing, Bachmann really was a pioneer in the ON30 market and did a lot to really open that up to a whole new modeling group and continues to expand the line. There's a couple of new products in the line, including what I think is a really neat locomotive, and that's a new Shea.
Right.
I'm sorry, a Heisler.
That's a two-truck Stearns Heisler, and that has gotten all kinds of attention here at the show. The ON30 modelers are very excited about that. And this is the same setup in the Spectrum line for sound, where it comes DCC equipped for speed, direction, and lighting. And the separate Tsunami sound chip is available for installation later. And also in ON30 is this O42 locomotive. And this has been in the line before. We're happy to bring it back. But this is with all die-cast construction. So it's got some improved detailing or modified detailing, and the weight will give it some extra performance for the modeler.
Doug, is the Heisler die-cast as well? I noticed it's got quite a bit of heft to it.
I think most of it is die-cast. I assume it is. I'm going to take your word by the weight in your hand.
All right. So literally a buzz because of the load that's on top. A lot of buzz on the internet forums already about a car that quite honestly never thought would come to HO as a mass-produced model, and that's a new Schnabel car with a transformer. Tell us a little bit about it, Doug.
Talking about monsters, we talked about the monsters for the EM1. This is a huge piece of rolling stock for moving heavy equipment along the rails, and it's pretty unbelievable to me that this operates on a 22-inch radius curve. And it's used for moving heavy transformers, other heavy equipment, and I'm just going to move it along the track. If you decide to get a Schnabel car, which many people have told us they're going to do, be sure you have a lot of swinging room because there's a lot of overhang on the track as it moves around a curve.
Now, one thing I find interesting, Doug, is you recommended a 22-inch radius. The demo that you're showing here in the booth shows it actually operating on an 18.
That's correct.
So pretty amazing that you can get a radius that tight. This is going to be available in 3 colors.
There's 3 painted unlettered paint schemes.
Okay.
Yes.
And really a really interesting model. I think folks are going to really like. One other thing that we have here is a new in the Williams by Bachmann line for continuing that value tradition that Bachmann is all known for. And that is value price and a great locomotive. This is all new 460.
Great operating performance, absolutely. This is all new tooling for the Williams by Bachmann line. And we've got a couple great paint schemes. And we're excited to bring a new locomotive into the O-gauge market. And it's just a nice companion to the Williams line. And we've gotten a lot of good interest in this locomotive as well.
All right. Well, Doug, one other thing that, talking about pioneering, one of the things that Bachmann pioneered was roadbed track systems. And you guys really have been the leaders in that all these years. And a new addition to that line?
We have, I just want to show you an N-scale track pack that we are bringing into the market. This is, we've had a World's Greatest Hobby track pack in our HO line for many years. And you're able to build the layout shown on the back of this box. Everything you need to build this layout is in the box, and this is a great way to get people started in N-scale railroading. It comes with a DVD that tells you how to set up. So to step people into becoming true modelers, it's an easy thing to say, here's a box of track, build it on a board that only measures 56 by 28 inches, get a great layout, and they're excited to start their career as model hobbyists.
Well, Doug, boy, a lot of exciting things going on at Bachmann. We certainly appreciate you taking some time here at the 2011 National Train Show. You know, everything that we see here, you mentioned, is going to be available by the end of 2011. It's available from your local hobby retailer as well as HorizonHobbyTrains.com.
Thanks for visiting us at Bachmann.
You're welcome.
Thank you.